Some people can walk into a room and immediately sense what everyone else is feeling. They learned this before they learned math, before they really understood who they were. You might still be doing it, scanning a room before you've even said hello, and you've probably never stopped to ask why. You learned to read a room the way other children learned to read books. A shift in someone's voice, a silence that lasted a little too long, a door closed just a little harder than usual. You became fluent in things no child should ever have needed to understand. And somewhere along the way, you stopped asking, "How do I feel?" Instead, you started asking, "How does everyone else feel, and what do I need to do about it?" Psychologists call this parentification, when a child takes on emotional or practical responsibilities that are usually meant for adults. Sometimes it's obvious, looking after younger siblings, managing a parent's emotions, taking care of problems no child should ever carry. Sometimes it's much quieter, being the calm one, the responsible one, the child who never adds to the noise. Either way, the weight is picked up early, and it often stays long after childhood ends. If you're exhausted in ways you can't quite explain, this may be part of the reason. You're not too sensitive, you're not too intense. You simply learned very early to monitor an environment that many children were free to simply live in. That isn't a personality flaw. It's a nervous system that learned its job too early and never realized the job was over. You didn't choose hyper-awareness. It developed when choosing wasn't an option. Here's what was happening inside your brain. The amygdala, one of the brain's key systems for detecting potential threats, doesn't always distinguish clearly between physical danger and emotionally significant situations. To a developing child, a tense dinner table, a parent's silence, or an unpredictable mood can feel deeply threatening. So the brain adapts. It builds a faster alarm system, a more sensitive radar. Psychologists often describe this as hypervigilance, a state in which the nervous system remains highly alert, constantly scanning for signs that something might be wrong. At the time, that adaptation made sense. It helped you prepare. It may have even helped protect you. But a radar built during a storm doesn't automatically switch itself off when the weather changes. It keeps scanning faces, voices, silences, long after the original danger has passed. So what can you do? First, notice the scan. Don't fight it. Simply tell yourself, "I'm scanning the room." Giving the experience a name, sometimes called affect labeling, can help your brain shift from automatic reaction toward conscious awareness. Second, ask yourself, whose emotional weather is this? Not every tense room belongs to you. Not every silence requires your intervention. Learning to separate your emotions from someone else's is an important part of healthy boundaries. Third, practice staying instead of fixing. When discomfort appears, notice the urge to immediately calm everyone, solve everything, or make yourself smaller. Sometimes, the healthiest response is simply to remain present. Fourth, help your body experience safety. Slow breathing, gentle movement, grounding yourself in the present. Hypervigilance isn't only a pattern of thought, it's also a pattern of the nervous system. Finally, allow yourself to rest. If you learned that being useful made you safe, then resting may feel uncomfortable, not because it's wrong, because it's unfamiliar. Here's the image to carry with you. Imagine your nervous system as a smoke detector installed in a house that once experienced a real fire. Years later, the house has been rebuilt. The danger is gone, but the detector still reacts to steam from a kettle, not because it's broken, because it's still doing the job it learned a long time ago. The goal isn't to destroy the detector. It's to gently teach it the difference between real danger and ordinary life. You've been carrying this weight for a long time, probably longer than you realized. You were never asked whether you wanted that responsibility, But today, you get to ask a different question. How much of this still belongs to me? You don't have to carry it forever, and you don't have to carry it alone.